Hey, hi, all. Welcome back to BLR Knowledge Center. In this today's session, we'll talk about constant read-only kind of variables in C Sharp. In the last sessions, we were talk about different kind of variables in C Sharp, like instance variables, class level variables, local variables, and parameter variables, right? As part of discussing and demonstrating these variables, we have seen the static variables, right? It's nothing but class variables. And also we have discussed the fields, which basically associated with classes and structures, right? So in a similar way of variables, we have other kind of variables like constant and read-only variables. Let's get started. Like what is constant and what is read-only. So if I would like to tell the definition in one line of statement about these two variables, constant is a compile time constant variables. Read-only variables are a runtime constant variables. Okay, let's get started. So when defining this constant variables, let's get first start constant, right? What is a constant variables? Okay, so constant is a keyword, right? We will use it to declare constant fields and constant local variables in C#. So this keyword, right, is used to declare the constant fields and local constant variables. Right? The value of the constant field is the same throughout the program, or in other words, once the constant field is assigned, the value of this field is not being changed, right? So let's get put that straight. The value of constant variable, right, will be same throughout the program, or in other words, right, once the constant variable is assigned, right, then the value of this variable, right, is not be changed. So in C Sharp, constant fields can be a local, right, or not variables, right? A constant is a number, string, null, reference, and Boolean values, right? So in C Sharp, right, constant fields and local are not variables. These are always defining in the class or in the method as well, right? The example is, right, constant int, right, my variable or my value, right, equal to 10. This is what the syntax. Let's just see the demo part, like what is this constant variables working flow, and then you will see like how it is working. Right. Let me open my this thing, right, where I'm going to write my program, right? So using, let me change this to C Sharp, right? System, right? Namespace, right? And constant demo, right? I'm just closing here, class, right? Constant demo, because it's a keyword, we should not use as a name. And under this, I'm going to define a variables. Constant, right? Int. I can say, my value equal to 100. Similarly, constant string str title equal to constant variable demo, right? So after defining this, right, I'm just defining my main method here, static while main right? And here I'm trying to, print this, right? Console dot, right, why not, right? Constant variable, value is, right? So you can call, right, these variables using, instance. So we have to create an instance for that, right? So let me try this. Otherwise, we'll try this program in C. It will studio itself for better understanding. Let me put this, and here I'll say, okay, let me do this constant demo dot my value, and similarly constant, right, variable str title value is, right, plus constant demo dot str title. What is the problem? Identifier expected. Where? Namespace. This is closing. This is closing. Namespace. What's happening? Namespace expected. Yeah. Semicolon is expected. And what else? This is static void main string. Label argument name or could not be found. What happened? Using system. String a single dimensional array. Everything fine, right? What's the problem in this? Static main. Static void string. Oh, should not be required. And then I'll just add a line to display the output till I press something. So if I run this, it will get display the static data, right? That is like what is the static value of my val and str title, right? If I'm trying to change this, right, constant variable dot my value equal to something like that, it will throw you exception because this is a constant variable. You cannot be assigned any value, right? Similarly, str title equal to, if you try to assign something, it will throw you runtime compile time exception. Got it? So that means whatever variables you are defining here, these variables are, right, same, and these variable values are same throughout the program. Got it? Let's go back to our notes and continue with this, right? Read-only variable. So what is a read-only variable? So read-only variable is basically using it for declaring a read-only variable, right? This read-only keyword shows that you can assign the value for the variable only when you declare a variable or in a constructor of the same class. So in coming to the constants, so once the value is assigned, that value cannot be changed, right? That's why this is a compile time constant variable. When it comes to read only, so even if you declare a variable with read only and you can assign the value, and after initialization of your class and having a constructor, right? Inside the constructor, you can still change the read only variable value. Got it? That means you can access read only variable with instance, but the constant variable you can directly invoke. In C sharp, you can use, right, a read only keyword, right, to declare variable as read only. This read only, right, keyword shows, right, that you can assign, right, the variable only when you declare, right, or in a constructor of the same class. Got it? For example, let's get to this read only int myval equal to 10, right? So after declaring this, right, you can still, right, change this value in the constructor of your class. That means if I have a class, let's get do some demonstration for this for better understanding. Go back to your program here, right? So I'm going to, declare variables, right? Read only variables, read only, right? Int my val2 equal to 200. Got it? And similarly, read only string, right? str title 1 or 2 equal to read only variable demo, right? So now after this, these are the constant variables, right? And these are the read only variables, right? And in this constructor, so like how to create a constructor, right? So with the same name of a class, right? Public, right? Constant demo, right? This is how we are going to write a constructor. For this constructor, I'm passing two variables, value 1 and string title. And here I'll just say this dot my value 2 equal to value 1, this dot, right? str title equal to title 2. That means I'm changing the values, right? Instead of a constructor, right? And after coming here, this is uh, printing constant variables, that's fine. And up top of this, I'm going to create an instance for the class because without instance or object to the class, I cannot access read-only variable. That's what one of the main difference between constant and read-only. So let me create, instance, right? obj1 equal to, right, constant demo. I'm going to pass a value here, right? 150, right? And this is uh, welcome to, right, read only variable demo in C sharp. This is what string I wanted to be changed for the read only variable. When I create an instance like this, right, this will invoke this particular constructor and it will pass the value 1 as 150, title as this welcome to read only variable demo in C sharp. Then these values will get assigned to my read only variables. But please make note on this. If I say that, like, constant variable, right, I cannot even have access this myval and str title because those are static. If I say something here like this, it will throw you a compile time error. Got it? So this is the constructor, and now I'm going to print my constant read-only variable values, right? So here I'll take these two, right? I'll keep here and say read only variable my value 2 and str title 2 20, right? So let me see like what is happening it. So we should use object 1 instead of this and this my val 2, right, str title 2. Let's get run this. When you run this, right, initially read-only value is 200 and the title is read-only variable demo. And after coming here in the main function, I just created an instance to my constant demo class. The parameter passing the constructor has 150 and, right, the new title here. And after running this, you can see the pass value 150 is being changed to this particular read-only variable, and the title, new title, which have been passed in the constructor, also been changed for the no read-only variable of str title 2, and remaining constant values are same. Got it? This is how the read-only variables and constant variables are, having a difference. Constant variables are compile time constants, right? Read-only variables are runtime constants, right? Got the point? Constant variables will be a same throughout program and can be accessed by a class name. When it comes to read-only variables, these variables can be not assigned or initialized while you declare a variable, or you can change the value via constructor to the same class. Second thing is you can access these read-only variables only with the instance of class, but not directly with the class name, right? I hope you understood what is read-only variables and what is constant variables in C Sharp. Thanks for listening to this video and please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.